If you've ever wanted to take awesome photos, but you're nervous about getting off the auto mode, today I'll give you some tips for getting off auto mode forever so you can have full creative control over your photos right now. Hey guys, welcome back to Learning Curve Tech, where I learn tech with you. Now, if you've ever picked up a camera, which, come on, everybody's picked up a camera nowadays. If you've ever used a camera, even on your phone, you've probably used auto mode. Now, what is auto mode? Auto mode is a standard setting on most cameras nowadays. It basically sets all your settings for you so you don't have to do any hard work to get the best photos possible. But sometimes it doesn't always get you the best photos possible. Auto mode can take basic photos, but it won't really ever get you anywhere if you want to take the best photos. I started out with auto mode mostly because I have this guy here and he doesn't shoot manual mode. So I had to use auto mode. But in the long run, you'll want to use manual mode for basically everything. This can be a little daunting, but the results are so much better than the auto mode. The first thing you can do to get off auto mode is switch over to a creative shooting mode. Now, creative shooting mode is like landscape or portrait or food or sunset, etc. And these set all your settings for you, but you still have a little control over what the scene might look like. This can be helpful to get used to changing the settings on your camera and get you right on your way to shooting full manual. Another thing you can do is switch to creative auto mode. Creative auto mode is sort of auto but sort of manual. It gives you control over the depth of field, so the blur in the background and your desired ambience, whether you want your ambience to be cool or warm, but it doesn't give you full control. So this could be a really good way if you want to go halfway between manual and auto, kind of like the creative shooting modes that we discussed in the last step. The next thing you should do is use the shutter priority and aperture priority. Shutter priority enables you to set the shutter speed while the camera chooses the aperture that would be best for the situation. This is very useful if you want to choose between sharp and blurred motion. Aperture priority, on the other hand, lets you choose the aperture while the camera chooses the shutter speed. This is very useful for getting the depth of field you want, like the blurred background or the sharp background. Both aperture priority and shutter priority are very useful when you know what you want your photo to look like, but you don't want to have to spend so much time changing the setting. However, with both of these, you can still change ISO, white balance, and exposure compensation to have mostly manual control over your photos. Once you have enough practice in changing your settings, check out this video that will give you 5 awesome ideas for things you can do with your camera at home when you're bored. Also, consider subscribing and hitting the bell if you love this sort of camera stuff and you don't want to miss any new videos. Have a great time playing around with your camera, and I'll see you next time on Learning Curve Tech. Auf Wiedersehen. Sorry, I just had to say that. I'm learning German, so.